Across the ring, Brady Boone. This young man is destined ready to go a long ways. Maybe he can get it now. I don't know, because the champion is very confident in himself.
The man's very confident in himself for good reason. He thinks he's got everything going in his favor now. He thinks he's only got one chance left to how to face me in the ring, and then he thinks he's going to go on a vacation, he calls it. Well, this man, Brady Boone, is a young man that's got a lot to offer the wrestling world. I've said that, and I think I wish him the best in his wrestling pursuits. But Tully Blanchard is a snake in the grass. He'll do anything, he'll pull any trick possible to get things done his way in the ring. He's no U.S. champion. He's no man for anybody to look up to, much less walk around and say that he doesn't know how to fight me again. Well, I'm going to watch him real closely right now, because the man's got a lot of weaknesses, but his biggest weakness is his tendency to run out of the ring. As you've seen him many times before, I'm having a hard time keeping him in that square circle.
There you see his perfect 10 baby doll, a woman that has a lot to do with Tully Blanchard winning his matches one way or the other.
Well, let's not just talk about any matches. Let's talk about the one match in particular where she came down dressed as a security guard, handed him the foreign object, and enabled him to knock me out. So proud of that fabled punch of his, yet he has failed to ever knock me down and out again, even come close to a 1-2-3. Well, he's got a lot of wrestling ability, I'll hand him that. He's good in there when he gets a man that doesn't have a great deal of experience. But this man in there with him now has got a lot of heart, a lot of desire, and it could be that he might just upset Tully Blanchard. Maybe Tully is a little too cocky right now. But whatever he does, I hope he saves a big piece of Tully Blanchard for me, because I'm a long way from being through with him.
All right, Magnum, let's talk about that match in which he defeated you. She was dressed as a security guard. After that, you said that you're going to get your revenge, justice in your own way.
Well, the fact of the matter is, I still haven't done exactly what I said, because I don't have the United States heavyweight belt around my waist. But what I have done is taken a lot of my frustration out on Tully Blanchard. We're both carrying around a lot of new scars now. We've been through some battles that has been hard for some of the Coliseums we've been in to hold. But the fact of the matter is, the battles won't end. They will continue until we beat each other to death if necessary, because that belt is the most coveted title in professional wrestling today, next to Ric Flair's World Heavyweight title, and I'm going to do everything in my power to get it back.
Tully Blanchard, the United States Heavyweight Champion. We're looking at him over the shoulder of his perfect 10 baby doll. Blanchard, we have to give him credit. He is the United States Heavyweight Champion. No matter how he won it or how he keeps it, he still is the United States Heavyweight Champion. You will agree that next to the World Heavyweight Championship is the most coveted belt anywhere in the world.
I have to agree with it, but I have to look at the people out there that are looking at him as a #1 contender, and I have to feel a little sorry for him, because for the people who have to be represented by a man such as Tully Blanchard, a man that they know has no conscience about anything that he does, will do anything in that ring to win, no matter what it takes, then that's a sorry state of affairs. Brilliantly executed maneuver this young man was trying to do, but then Tully Blanchard, having that ring savvy, having all that experience, he was looking for the counter, and that might have been a fatal mistake for him right there. And there's that same slingshot, and this could be the end.
And that it is. And he raises his own hands in victory. United States Heavyweight Champion Tully Blanchard and his perfect 10 baby doll. She hands him the championship back, and he cradles it in his arm, just like a baby. There you see him, United States Heavyweight Champion Tully Blanchard and his perfect 10 baby doll. Let's go back now and watch. There you see the champion. It picks Brady Boone up with that slingshot. He has him. Now watch him get the spring off that top rope. Pulls him back hard down on the mat, and your winner, United States Heavyweight Champion Tully Blanchard with his perfect 10 baby doll. All right, Magnum, we saw that. There's a lot more happening.
A great deal more happening, maybe more serious than anything's ever happened in professional wrestling. You're the American Dream, very, very close friend of mine, probably my closest friend in the world, is now at this moment out of professional wrestling. He's been laid up like I've never seen him, anything happen to him in his life. I've seen him come back from some very bad injuries, but I've seen him come back just like this. And for the first time in my life, I'm seeing Dusty in a way that he's immobilized. He isn't talking to me. He isn't talking to anybody. He's got something wrong with him. Maybe it's something that's hurt him deeper than just the injury. Maybe it's the way it happened. Because when you talk about a man like Ric Flair, when you talk about a man like Dusty Rhodes, the pride, the roots go much deeper than anybody can possibly imagine unless they've been in that position. And all I've got to say now is this. Ric Flair, you started something that I don't think you have any idea of the gigantic proportions. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, has never been a man to take anything laying down. If there's any way in this world that an American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, will be able to climb back in a wrestling ring again, and I have faith in him, I've got all the faith in the world in him, then Ric Flair, I wouldn't want to be in your shoes for anything in the world, because American Dream, Dusty Rhodes will get his vengeance.
And David, you and Magnum both, next week, the NWA releases those tapes. We'll all take a look at what happened to the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Magnum, I'm sure you'll be interested to see what happened, and all of our thoughts are with Dusty at this time, I'm sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next week on the best in professional wrestling, Worldwide Wrestling.